excited. I love these lives. Every Wednesday, 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, we kick off with a Whip Wednesday knockout. Hey, everybody over here on YouTube. Hello. So excited that you could make it today. We are here for another Whip Wednesday knockout. Let's go ahead and kick out some projects, make some forward progress, chisel away at them, and hopefully we'll see if anyone can knock their projects off the plate and, make some room for some new yarn. Gotta love that, right? Okay, so if you are brand new to my Whip Wednesday knockout, please say me or I'm new. I love to welcome everyone that's new. Every week, somebody new finds us. And I am so excited to just be able to reach new people, enrich other people's lives, give you guys this opportunity to start having some space to work on projects that you've already started. That way we can get them off your plate. So at exactly 2:05, so I'm here in Texas, so I'm Central Standard Time. For me, it's 2 p.m., 2:01 to be exact. At 2:05, that's when I will start session number 1. Oh, you guys over here, you don't see it. I'm going to move that so you can see it a little bit. And I'll make sure that you guys will be able to see it. I talk about the time anyway, so don't worry about missing out on anything. But at 2:05, I'm going to start our first session. If you're new and you're like, what are you talking about? First session, I don't understand. So what I need you to do, if you haven't done this yet, is I need you to go grab 3 projects that you have laying around your house. I mean, for me, that's super easy. I just go into the living room. I have like 5. And so just grab something. It's awesome if you can try to pick up something you haven't touched in a while. And then during our 20-minute sections, I just want you to pick one of those 3 projects that you brought with you today, and we're going to hyper focus. We're going to give 100% of our attention to that project, just making some forward progress in it. And I don't even want you looking at the screen. You can just look at me. I'm here to provide you time. I'm here to let you know, hey, you got this much more time in this session. I'm here to keep you structured. I'm here to make sure that you don't have to think. You just have to crochet. That's all you got to do. That's my goal. And then after session number 1, then we'll have a 5-minute transition. Then we'll have session number 2, and you'll grab your second project. You'll start chiseling away at your second project. Then after session 2, we're going to do a nice crocheter stretch because we're going to take care of our bodies, and we're going to make sure that we crochet for a very long time in our life. And so we're going to do a little stretch. After our stretch, we're going to move into session number 3, grab our 3rd project and get started. It is actually in session number 3 that I am going to announce a giveaway. So yes, I am kicking off a giveaway. Hey, April just started. April just began, new month. So many awesome things happening this month. And so let's go ahead and make it extra special, kicking off new month with a giveaway. If you're over here on my TikTok, hello, my TikTok people. I do have a goal. I don't know if you saw it, but I'm still newish on TikTok lives in particular. I only just came across the realization that if you guys donate something, it pops on my screen. So you guys actually can control what I wear and what shows up on my screen just simply by like what you pick to put on there. So if you want me to wear a cowboy hat, you can throw it on me. If you want me to have like a cat face, like you guys control that. So I was like, this is cool. Guys, have fun. Go crazy. Oh, simply made by hand. I'm glad that you made it in. I hope you have a great day. Everybody over here on YouTube, we got 1 more minute. Over on YouTube, I do not have a charity featured today, so my super chat, super stickers are open. And that's important if you're trying to get my attention. I hyper focus on questions and talking and being entertaining for you during this time. And sometimes, things take me a little while to get to. If you have a question you really need me to get to, then using the super chat, super stickers is going to be a great way to get in my face. And I'll answer your question right away. Both TikTok and YouTube. If you have a question, please start your question with a couple question marks. It's going to help my ADHD brain be able to see what's happening. Okay, it's 2:05. Session 1 has just begun. Go ahead and grab your first project and get started. Working away again, tunnel vision. You're going to look down and you're going to be working, and I will alert you. I will let you know how much time is left in session number 1. Again, this is your opportunity to like really dig deep and make some forward progress. Oh, thank you so much for the hearts. I can't tell you how much I appreciate them. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Again, if you have any questions, question marks, Brittany, thank you so much for giving an example. Because my ADHD brain, I'm going to quickly scan. There's a lot of comments that I need to sift through, and it helps me to just like, boom, question, got it, let's go. All right, I think that is it for kind of just like welcomes and hellos. Now I'm going to go ahead. Again, if you're brand new here, this is your first ever Whip Wednesday knockout, please say something in the chat. Say, my first time. I want to make sure that I welcome you. Okay, head down. Focus. The whole concept of these lives came to me from an app that I really like that helps like you with goal setting, like staying on track with your goals. And the idea is small steps repeated regularly over time will help you to achieve your goal. And I am a crochet content creator. I hear a lot of feedback from people, and a lot of people saying, man, my list of things that I want to do is forever long. I've started so many projects, but I'm constantly getting inspired to do more. And there's people getting stressed out by having so much on their plate and just never feeling like they have any time to work on some older projects to get them off their plate. And so I figured, you know what, every single Wednesday at 2 p.m., I'm going to dedicate time for you. I'm going to structure a spot. I'm going to carve out a section in the calendar where I can just be here for you and provide this time. So you just have to show up, bring your projects, and then I take care of everything else for you in hopes that I can help you clear off that plate and take away some of that stress, some of that anxiety, and make room for you to do all those other things that you want to do so bad. So that's where the concept came from. Now let me go ahead and dive into the chat, see if I can find any questions that are crochet, yarn, or even, well, I'm going to say YouTube related, because I'm still learning TikTok. I'm still new. I'm still a green pea, learning, but having a great time. But if you have any TikTok related questions, I've been a crochet content creator on YouTube for 5 going on 6 years now. So I've learned a thing or two. Motivation. I love that, Linda. Welcome, Linda. Hello. She mentioned Tiffany will get us motivated. I come with high energy. What can I say? I know that I need to bring it because it's contagious and it's going to get you excited to jump in. Oh my gosh, Dawn, talking about loss of crojo, thinking it's weather related, rainy, cold, totally get it. When it comes to losing your crojo, don't fight it. Like, allow your body to go through the process. It's just telling you need a break and you need to be re-inspired. You potentially pushed yourself really far in a project or in a part of your journey where you stopped having fun. And when you stop having fun with crochet and it becomes a chore, then it becomes something you don't want to do anymore, right? Crochet is supposed to be relaxing. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be a creative outlet. It's supposed to be something that you can, a way for you to show love to family, friends, or even charities. It's a way to give you purpose and a way for you to connect with others. So crochet has a lot of different, so many different benefits. It's honestly my favorite thing to see how crochet affects different people. I love to hear everybody's different crochet journey. And in fact, that's what I have here. Oh, the sign's hidden. Let me move this. Crochet is a personal journey. Where will it take you? Because it takes everybody in a completely different place. And I get fascinated to see where it takes people. And it's always positive. It's always positive. And so, but if you lose your crojo, it's okay. I don't, or try not to disappear from it forever. I know it's so tempting when you push yourself really far and then you're just not having fun with it at all. But if you need a break, take it. If you, the loss of crojo often happens when you're selling your crochet projects, and then you're stuck having to make like the same thing like 20 different times because it sells well and you know it sells well and you're in it to make money. For maybe you're helping your family, maybe you're just needing some extra pocket change for yourself. There's so many reasons to make money crocheting, right? But if you are making the same thing 20 times, eventually you're like, I don't want to make this anymore. Like, I'm over it. I'm so over it. But then you're in that debacle of, but it makes me money, you know, so it's hard. Or if you're making a gift for somebody and the deadline's coming up and you're like, I got to push. And that, you know, causes you to have some strain or stress on your crochet passion. Or the other thing is, anybody been here? Please, I'm asking you a question. Have you ever been asked to make something that was either a thing that you wouldn't normally make, not really interested in making it, or in a color that you don't like? Because they asked you to make it, so they made the choices, they picked what they wanted and what color it to be in. But if it's something that you don't normally make, or a color you don't like, it can be an extra struggle, because then you're there's nothing about it that's exciting your passion, right? And so that can also drag you down a lot too. I know that wasn't a question, but I wanted to bring that up. Dawn, you're struggling with the loss of crojo, and I just want you to know it's okay. Don't feel bad, just kind of roll with it. And then to get back in, a trick that I share with people if you lose your crojo is to start small. Because generally you lost your crojo because you pushed yourself. And when we finish a project, this is actually proven fact, okay? When you finish a project, there is some dopamine release in your brain, this endorphin hormone that gets released that is a pleasure sensor, meaning when you finish a project, when these things release in your body and your brain, all of a sudden you get extremely happy. You get excited. You feel this satisfaction of, awesome, done. This is great. Like, you just get all these really good positive feelings. And we want to kind of like, what is the word? Jumpstart, like re-jumpstart that, you know, kind of like a lawnmower. If I don't know, this may or may not be an example you can connect with, but when you are trying to get your lawnmower to start and you haven't used it in a while, and you have to push that side button a few times, and then you try it and it click and it doesn't ignite, and you're like, okay, try again, and then click, and then it finally ignites. Well, what we need is we need to push the button, we need to click, and we need to try to get your passion to reignite. And to do that, we need to get those endorphins, those dopamine hormones to start firing, and we need them to catch. And so, oh, thank you guys all so much. I actually have a goal. I don't know, TikTok people. I put a goal on my live to try to see how close I can get to 50 of those little puff hearts. I don't know if you knew this. You probably did, because I'm new and I'm like the newbie green pea over here that's embarrassing myself. But you guys can control how the live looks by things that you select and gift or whatever. And you can like have me wear certain things, or you can put things on the screen. I think it's so fun. So you guys really control the live. Please have fun going in there and playing around. And I want to look at the screen and see what you do. I'm really curious. When you lose your crojo, start small. Get those small projects: a washcloth, a soap sack, a granny square, something small. That way you can finish it really quick and get those dopamine releases, right? Get that kick started. And then after a while, you start to like, it starts to catch a little bit. You're like, okay, I'm getting excited again. And then try to find a yarn that excites you. Again, we're trying to reignite that passion. We're trying to reignite that creativity. So get inspired by a new yarn where you're like, oh, that is so pretty. It's so pretty. I don't know if I'm going to use you or if I'm just going to put you on my shelf and look at you. Like, right? Anyone there where you buy yarn, you have yarn that you just kind of, you don't even plan on using it ever. You just want it on your shelf. This one is a perfect example right here of a yarn. I don't know if I'll ever use it. It's actually a very special yarn I bought directly from Dawn Barker. If you don't know who Dawn Barker is, she is the creator of the, oh my gosh, it's not the random bobble. Is it the random bobble? And I don't even have the project in here. I have it in the other room. So she was the inventor. She's a yarn dyer, and she came up with this concept where you are working with the yarn. You use one stitch when it's one color, and as soon as it switches to the other color, you change the stitch. And what she would do is she would do a bobble. It's most common. It's fairly new concept, but it's most common where when the color changes, you start working bobble stitches. And when the color changes back, you go back to working the original stitch. And it's such a fun concept because now the yarn is guiding you and you're not guiding it, which allows your brain to stop thinking so much and you can really fall into the project. Anyways, I ran into Dawn Barker at the DFW Fiber Festival, Dallas, Fort Worth, because I live here in Texas. And I had to buy a skein directly from her. I even made her sign it. She was so embarrassed. I was like, click, click, please sign it. She's like, what are you talking about? Sign it. And I was like, please sign it. And she's like, whatever. And so that one, I don't know if I'll ever use. It's gorgeous. It's a shame not to use it, but it's a memory, right? So put that right there. We got 7 minutes and 40 seconds left of session number 1. If you're brand new into this live, welcome. I'm so excited that you're here. This live has a lot of purpose. There is an actual intention to this live. I'm not just here gabbing, being like, hey, what's up? I'm actually here providing you a very structured time for you to work on projects and try to give them, try to chisel away at them, make some forward progress with them, and hopefully get them completed so you can get them off of your plate. Oh, hopefully. Thank goodness. If I meet up with you every Wednesday, eventually it happens. If you guys finish a project, please let me know in the chat so we can celebrate you and just kind of have a little party, getting excited for you. All right. Yeah. Lost Crojo. I talked about that way too long, especially for someone. It wasn't even a question. She's like, why did I even bring it up? I don't even know why I brought it up. But it will come back. It'll come back. Okay, so I'm going through the chat right now. Hopefully you are not even looking at your screen. I mean, hello, welcome. I'm so excited you're here, but look down, don't look at me. Look at your project. Work, 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 work. In the words of Rihanna, work, 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 work. Get to work. We have 6 minutes and 15 seconds left of session number 1. See how far you can get in that project, guys. How far? Oh, awesome. Brittany Amelia, you're working on a giant peep. Sounds great. I mean, with Easter right around the corner, I totally get it. Who else is working on Easter projects? Easter. Or spring. I know that's a big deal too. Oh, Carmen, gee, you just got the #1 gifter badge. Love it. Congratulations. Thank you so much. Okay, now I'm back to looking at questions. TikTok, if you have a question, please go ahead and ask in the chat. Start with a couple question marks. I'm going to come right at you here as soon as I'm done going through this chat over here. I got a couple things. I'm bouncing. I'm making it work. Oh, Dawn, you say you love the invisible join. I use it all. Yeah, you said I use it all the time. Girl, I too, as soon as I discovered it, I had to share it with the world, the invisible join. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I think I made little shorts that you can check out. Ever since I discovered it, it's the only thing I use. I swear by it. if I ever need to add more yarn to the project. In fact, if I can get to it, that's the thing. I can never seem to crochet during these. I wait till afterwards. This is your time. My time comes later. But I need to add a new skein. So I'll be using the invisible join. I swear by it. I share that with everybody. It's amazing. Okay, looking again. If you just said something, I do go back after these lives. I hop back and I go and I read the rest of the chat. I have so much FOMO. Oh my goodness. Gabalot, thank you so much. Buy a coffee. I wish you could join me. And I definitely will. Thank you so much for the super chat, super sticker. It means the world. Then going through, question mark. Yeah, I get FOMO pretty bad because I'm like, you guys are like having such awesome conversations. I love it. Oh, Kathy, you're like, I'm serious. You are seriously getting me excited. That's what I'm hoping for. That is my goal, is that I know that energy is contagious. And if I can pump it up, I'm hoping that it can get your energy up too and can get you motivated, and that, you know, you're having a good time. I really hope that you're just having a good time. Awesome. Okay. That is it for question marks. Again, if you have a question, please start your comment with a couple question marks. That way it gives me that indicator of a question. Otherwise, I'm going to quickly scan because I have so many comments to get through. We have 3 minutes and 15 seconds left of session number 1. Hopefully you've made quite the dent and you're having a great time. If you're not wanting to crochet, that's totally fine. I've had people come in and color. I've had people come in and just hang out. I've had people come in and do chores where every 20 minutes they do a different chore, like dishes, sweeping, bathroom. I don't know what your chores are, but like every 20 minutes, that's how they structure it. And then, oh, that's so funny. Simply Made by Hand says, I watch you on YouTube. Didn't know you go live on here. I just started that, just trying to spread the love, trying to spread the awareness of these Whip Wednesday knockouts with as many people as I can. And so I go live now, both on YouTube and on TikTok every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. Just doing what I can. Eventually, when I start making enough money, Monica, thank you so much. Oh, mwah, lots of love to you, honey. I finally found my Crochet again. Christmas took a toll on me. Girl, I 100% understand. Christmas usually takes a big toll on most of us because we are trying so hard to meet that deadline, right? And it's funny because I will tell people, if you're going to start making Christmas presents, start in July because crochet takes a while. You know, our craft, our love, our passion, our talent, it is something that it takes time to create something. And usually Christmas doesn't really get on our radar till October, even November. And by then we're like, we're going to make 5 blankets. And you're like, you're nuts. Like, you're crazy. What? You're going to bust out 5 blankets along with your regular daily life and every, commitments and family and everything. And like, what? And so people push really hard. And this actually can have a lot of negative side effects because, one, it's taking a toll on our brain. We're getting fatigued, losing our crojo because we're pushing so hard. But 2, then we're sitting a lot and we're not moving, right? And we're letting the pain just happen. We're working through pain. We're working through discomfort because we're like, we got a deadline, man. We got to get this thing done. And so you're actually doing a lot of negative things with the most positive of intentions, right? And so I'm glad that you're back, though. I'm glad that you gave yourself a break. I'm glad that you found it again and that you're crafting again. So I'm so happy for you, Monica. Mwah, so much love to you. Okay, we got down to the last 25 seconds. So go ahead. I don't even look at the screen, guys. Don't look at the screen. Look down, work. Last 20 seconds, see how far you can go, and then we'll do our transition. I see question marks, which is awesome, and I'll make sure to get those in a second. I just want to make sure that I don't miss this 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I got the sound to work. Oh, okay, turn off now. Okay, 5 minutes. Oh, back. Okay, 5 minutes. Okay, 5-minute transition. What the 5-minute transition is for, especially for all my new people that are joining me for the very first time. I don't want you to stress. There's no anxiety with this live. I know my energy is high and I'm pumped up and I'm excited for you, but this is not supposed to be anything that creates anxiety or stress. So if you are really close to finishing a row, or if you're really close to finding a spot where it's a good spot to pause, go ahead and just make it to it. This is just going to give you a good opportunity to it's almost like a yellow light, okay, let's slow stop. And so just find that good stopping spot, fold your project up nice and neatly, place it in the project bag or the basket, the tote, place it in its designated spot. And then take a drink. Stay hydrated. Grab that water, that tea, that coffee, that juice. Right now I got soda because I'm being naughty. I love cherry flavored soda. It's like almost anything. I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker for a cherry flavored soda. But this is also a great opportunity if you need to use the restroom. So break. Intermission, and then grab project number 2. If you didn't come prepared to this live, go ahead and take the opportunity to walk around your house real quick, find a project, and then just go ahead and get yourself comfortable and ready. You do not have to wait for me. You can get started on project number 2 right now if you want to, but for everybody else, just to make sure that anyone watching the replay, if they want to come back to this and have a really good solid 3 sections, you got it. We got 3 minutes. See, that was already 2 minutes. 3 minutes are gone. Okay, going to jump into some questions. I got you. Again, welcome everybody over here on TikTok. I'm so happy that you're here and that you made it. This is a structured live. We just finished session number 1. We're in a break, about to start session number 2 in 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Grab your crochet project or coloring book, cross stitch, knitting, quilting, whatever you want to do, or just prepare yourself for the next chore or thing at work that you would like to designate that 20 minutes to. I'm about to start your next 20-minute session where you're going to hyper focus on something and make some forward progress with it. I just went through all of the chat over on TikTok. I'm now digging right back over on YouTube, looking for questions. If you have a question, please begin it with a couple question marks, as there's a lot to go through and my eyes just scan and I look for these question marks. Heather asks, what is the most amount of times that you have had to frog a project and start over? I think for me, there was a challenging blanket pattern. I had to frog and restart 12 times. Oh my gosh. 1 minute, 45 seconds of our transition of our break. We have not started session 2 yet. I honestly don't know exactly how many times was probably my record. It'd be funny if I did keep track of that, so I had a number for you. 12 is a lot, but I understand perfection, and if it's something extremely new and you're learning a new concept, new stitch, new crochet type, trying a new project for the first time, 1 minute, 10 seconds, then you're just kind of having to get used to something, right? So I get the 12 times. I think the 12 times, though, to be honest, Heather, I think that was, some of it was a perfectionist that you probably could have pushed forward, but you wanted it to be perfect. And because you wanted it to be perfect, you started over again. But I would say probably, I want to say maybe 6 times. And that's usually when I'm designing. For a project, in the beginning, I just said, F it. You know, I was like, I'm moving forward. I wasn't focused on perfectionism so much in the beginning. I was just like trying this, trying that, trying this, trying that, just experimenting and experiencing as many different things as I possibly could and just keep moving forward. The only times I find myself 8, 7, frogging a lot is when I'm designing. 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Okay, now mouse work. Where are you, mouse? There you go. Come on. There we go. Back to. Okay, session number 2 has just begun. We just started session number 2. Go ahead and grab your second project or the second thing that you're doing and begin. So that is a quick answer to your question, probably around 6. So either, it's usually when I'm designing, because I'll dig in, I'll start, and then I decide I'm not feeling it. It's just not a good combination. The pattern and the yarn aren't jiving the way I thought they would. Or like recently, I'm designing that southwestern basket I teased you guys about. Those of you who are my YouTube loyal supporter members, I know in our meeting last month, I drew up a picture, and you guys decided what colors and the order of the colors the basket would be in. I'm digging into that project right now. I have established the base, and the base was the hardest point because I had to establish the multiple stitch count requirement, right? But I also we're making the basket oval. So I had to make sure that I could make my foundation chain certain length, allowing enough growth for the width of the bottom of the basket. And then, with all those increases, I had to make sure I hit a round where then the pattern for that southwestern pattern that I'm trying to achieve, that it would work. I had enough stitches for it to actually land. And then I was playing with stitches, like, oh, should I change the order? Should I change the amount? Should I change this? Should I change that? Just trying to make it work, trying to make it fit. So there was a lot of trial, error. I finally got it. I'm now halfway through the basket. And because I'm halfway through the basket, now I'm just following the color pattern, making sure the colors hit where I want them to, because I know that the stitch count is on, and I should be able to finish the basket itself within a couple hours. Easy peasy. Next up would be to turn the chicken scratch into a formal document and then record the tutorial, so that way I can take that recorded tutorial, pull pictures from it that I can insert into the pattern, and then have the pattern tested, the tech edited, and then finally released. Guys, it's a lot. It's a process. It's a process. Honestly, I tend to go backwards a lot. I get things as close as possible with the pattern, and then I make edits. Like recently, temperature blanket. Here's my temperature blanket for I'm up to date this week. Here's what it looks like. We just started this bobble column stitch right there. And I announced this. I did the whole pattern. I tested it and stuff on the demo, so that way I could finish the row faster, explain the instructions quicker, and be able to be on my way. But what I forgot to take into consideration was that even though this stitch count matches and works, this stitch count is not the same as this stitch count. Obviously, this is so much bigger. And So this row ended with 3 stitches, where this row ends with just 1. And so I was like, crap, I focused too much on the demo and not on the actual project. And then I had to go and I had to make some revisions and stuff. But I do appreciate all of you who are joining the project, letting me know, giving me heads up of things that are going on. So that way I can make those fixes and then get that perfected pattern out to everybody. La, la, la. Okay, next question here. I'm way behind. All right, Brittany Amelia says, I'm making my giant peep with my own pattern and I'm just guessing. Will that be good enough? Trial and error. Trial and error. Everyone over on TikTok, welcome. I'm so happy you're here. I have a goal. I'm trying to reach 50 of those little puff hearts. If you have the ability to give me at least one, that would be amazing. I'm trying to see how close I can get to my goal. And I know those little coins, like one coin is like pennies. It's just like a matter of pennies. So thank you so much for your love and support. Yes, Mary, 1 month until our 2025 crochet retreat in Florida. I'm so excited. 25 days until, girl, that stresses me out. No, it's more than that because it's the end of May. 1 month. Oh, 1 month, 25 days. I got that right now. Thank you. My bad. I misread that. Yes, 1 month, 25 days, the very end of May. We're going to be in Florida for my 2025 crochet retreat in Florida. And I'm thrilled. I have some a big announcement that I actually wrote down to make to you guys. So Stacy with Soap Sacks, she is the owner, founder of the Soap Sack Foundation that I love to support. She is joining us on this crochet retreat. She is going to have a little section one of the days where she's going to give a little spiel and talk about her organization. But all in all, she's going to join us at the crochet retreat to enjoy the experience and have some fun with us. And so I am thrilled that she's going to make it. And I need to make like an actual social media post announcement about it because I just want to let as many people know that she is coming, because that's such an exciting piece and it's just going to enrich the experience that much more. Oh my gosh, these crochet retreats, I was told by somebody that I do way too much. They're like, you spoil these people way too much. I'm like, I know. That's the point. So, oh, hey, I love it. Thanks for having fun. Right, Heather, second question, another question. What is the most times that you, okay, just answer that one. I went back too far. I'm making my giant peep without a pattern. Is that okay? As long as you have a plan. You have to have a plan. You have to have a rhyme reason of what you're doing. Otherwise, you're jumping in blind, and just be prepared to do a lot of frogging. Okay, so session number 2, we have 12 minutes left of session number 2, guys. 12 minutes left. Make sure you're hyper-focusing and trying to get it done. Work on your project. Gablot says, will you be introducing new colors of your yarn? And if so, when? Not yet, not anytime soon. I have my attention on so many different things. My own yarn line is not in the mix at the moment. It would be great to do so eventually. It would be even better if I had the opportunity to find another. There's a lot of things behind it. There's a lot of things behind it. It would be great if I could find a dyer to dye the yarn in some different ways. I think that would be amazing. So fun. But then there's a lot of just business, right? Because got one person who makes it, right? And then I was the person that designed it. Like I actually designed what fibers were in the yarn itself. So it's not like I said, oh, you're pretty, I want to support that one. No, I actually picked what fibers were in the yarn that got twisted. And so there's so much of me integrated into that yarn, which makes it incredibly special. So there's the person that makes the yarn, there's me who designed the yarn, and then I would love to get someone in that could dye the yarn the way I wanted it dyed, but then we'd be splitting the profit, which would like shrink everything. And then people are starting to wonder if it's worth it. For me, it's worth it. But for other people that put forth so much work into making the yarn or dyeing the yarn, which takes a lot of work, they have to ask themselves, is it worth it to them? And so far it's not. And so I'm like, well, I'm just going to be grateful, and I'm going to go with the process, how it can go at the moment, because I don't have the time to dye it myself. I simply don't have the time to dye it myself. But, and I know David doesn't either. So that's where things are a little challenging. I love that you thought of my yarn line though. Like, thank you so much. I haven't been able to give it the attention that it truly deserves and needs. All right, we have 9 minutes left of session number 2. You're doing great. Keep up the good work. See how far you can get in your second project. Kim, I'm sure somebody answered this already because I'm pretty far back, but she asked, why is it called frog? And I looked into this, and it's not an acronym. It's just because, and it's because you rip it, which sounds like rivet, which is why it's called frog. That's seriously the reason. Like, I researched it. That's the reason it's called frog. It's because you are ripping it out, undoing it. I know it's silly. Looking for those question marks. How old must you be to go to the retreat? As long as you have your chaperone with you, because if you're under 18, you're obviously going to need a chaperone. But understand that your chaperone would need to purchase a ticket as well, because at least it's always going to range. Every retreat I do every year is going to be different. It's going to be structured differently. Last year, you only had to purchase the event ticket, and then you had to cover hotel, you had to cover a room, you had to cover your own food and everything. This year, I wanted to make things simple for people and cheaper, which I know the price tag doesn't look cheaper, but actually it's significantly cheaper than what the average person paid when doing everything individually on their own. The ticket for like this particular retreat covers your room, the event itself, your food, and everything involved with the activities that we'll be doing. So it covers everything, which is a huge deal. And so because the ticket covers the room, the food, then your chaperone would need to pay for the room and their food, right? So that's it. All right, Heather, another question. I want to make a wearable that looks kind of a tie-dye look. So what yarn or pattern would you recommend if there is anything to mimic a tie-dye look? So I'm assuming when you're talking about tie-dye that you're not simply talking about 6 minutes, 25 seconds left, that you're not simply talking about a variegated yarn which is a yarn that has a lot of different colors in it already. When I think tie-dye, I think blotches. So one color that almost starbursts, another color that starbursts next to it, and not always bleeding into each other. Maybe have some white empty space in there. The only way you can achieve that is by color controlling the project, and you'd have to change colors intentionally. So I would get a bunch of solid colors, or a color that had a fade, or a color that had heathering in there. And then I draw images, pictures, diagrams are going to be a huge help for this situation. I would draw it out, and then I would follow each row, knowing when to change colors. So that way you could keep that section of color, even if it was like pink and then green, like having them kind of close intermixing, like tie-dye would be, but not touching, not merging. And then you could have like this whole spot be the same color. The only way you can do that is by color controlling. And so you'd go through the row, you'd be like white, pink, 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 white, 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 green, 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 white, 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 pink, pink, pink. So a lot of changing color here, but it's doable. It is doable. Just a little more work. Kim, LOL, rip it, rip it. I mean, it's true. That's what it is. Anita, she said, always wanted to know. Thank you about frog. Cool. Awesome. All right. 4 minutes, 20 seconds left of session number 2. Please stick around, because after session number 2, we're going to stretch, take care of our bodies. And then in session number 3, I'm announcing a giveaway. So you're going to want to make sure you hang out, so that way you know what you have to do in order to enter in. Yay. Now, remember, if you have questions, I am peeking through the chat. Please start your question with a couple question marks, so that way, as I am scanning, the question marks in the very beginning help my eyes to catch it. Okay. So other things that I really wanted to share with you today. We have, so Stacy is coming. Stacy with Soap Sacks is coming to the crochet retreat. I can't wait. It's just an extra added bonus. The giveaway that we're doing, session 3, temperature blanket, brand new stitch. We just started April. It's literally April 2nd. So if you are following every single day, today would be the day that you make your first bobble stitch row. I hope you love it. Please let me know if you have joined the let me know if you've joined the project. Let me know if you've joined but you're behind. If you what you think of April's crochet stitch being bobble columns instead of just bobbles. They're in columns, which looks really cool because it looks like vertical stripes. So it has this really neat effect. Let me know if you haven't started but want to start, because you can start at any time. It's never too late to begin. Some people actually will work their temperature blanket using or going retro years, like picking a year that happened a while back and just focusing on the temperature for that year. You can do that by going to wunderground.com and then entering where you live, and you can go back in time and you can see what the temperature was for every single day, which is really cool. So you can do that. Pick a year that was of special significance, whether it was like the year someone was born or an anniversary or anything of significance. Next is over in my crochet club. So I have 2 membership programs. I have my loyal supporters over on YouTube, and that, I mean, honestly, it's $1.99. Like I made that as cheap as possible. I'm going to be posting or scheduling our members only live. I do 1 members only live on YouTube a month. I'm going to be scheduling that and getting that up for people to see here very soon. I'm going to be sharing with you the forward progress of projects and getting your input and thoughts on leading you into some of my project development, which is very exciting. Then I also have my crochet club over on my website. I have a website, crochetwithtiffany.com. If you go over there, my crochet club membership, it's a little more expensive, but you get a ridiculous amount of stuff. Like I pour it on, babe. I pour it on you. You get access to all my patterns for free. You get every week we do a live where you can either watch it live like this, or it's a Zoom. So you could also enter in the Zoom and I can see you. We can have a full conversation. It's really, really cool. Every Wednesday, we go over a new topic. Tonight, we're going over zippers. Zippers. Somebody asked about zippers and adding them to crochet projects. So we're going over zippers tonight. We play games over there. We have contests. We have competitions. And this weekend, I'm starting a brand new exclusive crochet along project where we're making a cardigan together. In fact, that was this project right here. If you were like, wait, what was that? So this right here is my cardigan. I need to add another skein. Video 1 kicking off that crochet along project is going to release this Saturday. So those of you that are excited to join in on that project, I have it scheduled for that day. Awesome. Session number 2 just ended. I'm going to put 2 minutes on the clock for a transition so you can find a good pausing, stopping spot. Cool. I don't want you to feel rushed or anything. Pause, find that stop, fold your project, put it away nice and neatly. But yes, so video 1, I'll have a left and a right-handed version available. That will be released this Saturday. And then the next video will be released 2 weeks after that because I'm having you do a significant amount of work before we meet up again for the next video instruction. It's also going to help me to have enough time to be editing and getting the other videos, the other future videos prepped and ready and loaded so you can watch those as well. So it helps me have a buffer and it'll help you to not feel rushed and that you can ease into the project, have a really awesome time while you get to the next step in the project. Okay. I am now going to stand up. Session 2 being over. We have 1 minute left of our transition. We're now going to stretch. Remember to stick around. I don't want anyone to leave at this point because it's in session 3. I'm announcing a giveaway. That will begin. I'm not announcing a winner. I'm announcing like a giveaway establishment. New welcome. Christine, welcome. I'm so happy that you found me and that you're here live. That's so cool. All right, so we're about to stretch. So I'm going to ask you, when you're ready, please simply stand up. Bare minimum, please stand. And I'm going to fix my cameras so they're easier to see what I'm doing. Honestly, I think TikTok, you're fine. You don't have to move. Hello. Hi, everybody. Okay. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. All right. So now we're going to stretch. We're going to take care of our bodies. We were just sitting for 50 minutes from the time that my live began till just now. That was a 5-minute intro, 2 20-minute sessions, and a 5-minute transition equaling 50 minutes. Every 45 to 60 minutes, you should get up at least and move your body, stretch your body. There we go. I don't want to say every because I don't want to blanket statement it, but most seasoned crocheters know that this is something you really should do for your body is just kind of like take that break. And I know, do we do it? Do we actually follow it? Not always, because we get comfortable, comfy, cozy, and we just kind of get into our passion, into our project, and we forget. But while I got you here at least 1 day a week, we're going to do it. All right. Please do not just watch me. That's weird. Please stand up at the very least, stand up and just kind of move your body and love your body a little bit by bringing some, what's the word? Homeostasis or balance into your body. Okay. So we're going to do 5 stretches together. I'm going to start with the neck. We're going to do the yeses and nos. And apparently TikTok's saying it's been an hour. You need to, or it's been too long. There we go. Keep that rolling. Keep that going. Okay. Yeses and nos. I'm just a crocheter that's trying to spread the love and get us to stretch together. I'm not a physical therapist or a doctor. If any of the stretches that we do during this time are something that you know you cannot do based on a surgery, an injury, just your body can't do it, then don't do it. All right. Substitute something else in just to move your body. Okay. That's all this is about. I don't want you to hurt yourself. Just again, love your body. Okay. Yeses and nos. We're going to start with yeses. So, my hair. So yes, obviously is nodding up and down, but we're not just going to be lazy and do this. I want your chin to touch your chest. And then I want your head to go all the way back as far as it can go. There's one. Then chin to chest. Head all the way back. There's two. Chin to chest. Head all the way back. There's three. Chin to chest. Head all the way back. There's four. One more. Chin to chest. Head all the way back. There's five. Cool. Now we're going to do nose, which is not just this. Okay. We're going to start by looking to our right. All like as far as you can move your, like turn your head. Keep your shoulders straight. And then turn your head to the left as far as it'll go. There's one. Then right and left. There's two. Right and left. There's three. Right and left. There's four. One more. Right, left. There's five. Neck done. Awesome. Next, we're going to focus on our shoulders, our upper chest, because again, when we're crafting, we're doing a lot of this. Stretching out our upper back, but really kind of constricting our chest going this way. We want to do the opposite, really open up our chest, which is going to relax our back muscles and help out our chest to stretch out a little bit. I'm going to have you find a wall. This is always a very interesting stretch for me because I have like this weird built-in bookcase right here. We're going to roll with it. Okay, I want you to take your arm and I want you to just kind of put it against the wall, and I want you to have your body be against the wall. And then I want you to turn your body away from the wall so you are feeling this stretch right here. Oh, it feels so good. It's so amazing. Again, don't push it. Just find the stretch and then just sit there for like 5 to 10 seconds. Oh, it feels so good. Having that resistance of the wall helps tremendously. Right? Release. Let's do the other side. So again, wall, and then turn your body. Don't look at my butt. You looked. I know you looked. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release. All right. So that is our chest. Next, we're going to do the extensions. These are very common. If you look up, search crochet stretches, this is definitely going to show up under the search. So take your hand, have your palm towards your face. Take your other hand, your thumb behind your wrist. Take your fingers, flatten out that palm. Have some resistance right there. Elbow bent to start. Then elongate your elbow. And you should feel the stretch all in here. And it feels so good. So good. And then just hold for like 5 seconds, 5 to 10 seconds. Nothing crazy. I'm going to now bend the elbow to release. I'm now going to do the opposite. We're going to start stretch the other side of our forearm, okay? So now the back of our palm is facing us. Thumb right at the wrist. Fingers on top to kind of hold it in place. Elbow bent. And then elongate the elbow. Oh my gosh, feels so good. Again, 5 to 10 seconds. Bend your elbow and release. Great. Let's do the other side. So palm facing us. Oh, thumb behind. Fingers on top. So we have a tabletop. Okay. Elbow bent. And then elongate. Sometimes when I do this, after I've been crocheting for a long time, I'll hear all these pop, 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 pops. And I'm like, oops. It's been a little while since I stretched. That's not good. And then bend your elbow. Let's do the other side. So now the back of your hand, the back of your palm is facing you. thumb under your wrist, flat, elbow bent, and then straighten it out. Hold for 5 to 10 seconds. Oh, so good. Bend your elbow and release. Great. Next, we're just going to do some wrist rolls. I do these a lot. These seem to be a go-to. I don't even think about it. It's just something that my body just does. And that's where I'm just rolling my wrists. Okay. Don't worry about what direction, just rolling the wrists. Okay. Do this a couple times until you feel like, okay, that feels a little better. All right. So again, not even the same set number of times. Okay. Last one we're going to do, because I only do 5. They're all different every week. Try to change it up so it's not boring. It's not repetitive. Same thing every single week. Okay. We're going to do side bends. So I'm going to take my right hand, pick one. Pick one, put it on your waist. Okay. Then other hand, straight, going to bring it up over our head, and then we're going to bend. So this hand is kind of keeping us in place. The other hand is allowing us to bend. So we feel a stretch right here. Great. Hold for 5 to 10 seconds. Hello, Kathy. Welcome. Glad you made it. You made it at the end of the stretch. Lucky you. Okay, other side, guys. Hand on the opposite hand, opposite way, side of your waist, and then stretch on the other side. And hold for 5 to 10 seconds. And then bring it back, and we're done. That's it. That's all you had to do. The whole important part. It's not about working up a sweat. It's not about doing this for a long time. It's not doing a bunch. It's just taking your body and kind of getting it to bend in a different way, in a different direction than how we were just sitting for 50 minutes. That's it. All right. So thank you so much for stretching with me. I really appreciate it. Now let's go ahead and dive straight into session number 3. So that way we can knock out our Wednesday whip knockout. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start the clock now. So you can just jump right in and get started. And then I'm going to fix my cameras and stuff. That way you're not waiting on me. All right. 20 minutes has just begun. Go ahead and pick up your third project and get started. And this down right there. Bend you down a little bit right there. Cool. Welcome, everybody. If you are just joining, oh, wow, you're not ready. It's too high. That's too low. It's always a thing when I set up for this live, I have everything set, right? The cameras are ready. Everything looks good. And then I do the stretch and I have to put everything back. And I'm like, oh, dang it. Like, okay. So there we go. 19 minutes left of session number 3. Whew. Awesome. Distracted. If you're brand new, if you're just hopping into this live, welcome. This is a very structured live with a lot of meaning, a lot of purpose. We start at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. It is now 3:03 for me because I'm in Texas. If you live anywhere else that has a different time zone, just plan that accordingly to what I'm telling you right now. And we do 3 20-minute sessions where I have it timed. You pick 3 projects, 3 whips you have around your house. And for each session, you just hyper focus on one project, making forward progress. And this time is dedicated to knocking out those whips, clearing off your plate, and making room for new inspirations or allowing yourself to not have so much anxiety over all the projects that you've started and can never seem to finish. So that's what this is for. I know, Amelia Brittany, you are so excited about the giveaway. She's like, giveaway. Actually, Amelia Brittany, I think it did work. She said, I tried to fill out the contact form. I can go take a peek after this. I feel like I added your information. See if I it's been updated. See if it's recently been updated. Arrow Lover, I'm so glad that you love the stretches. I do too. It feels so good afterwards. Nessa, I'm so happy you're here. All right, I know I'm going backwards, but I saw question marks. Heather says, when I started learning crochet 30 years ago, patterns stated easy, beginner, intermediate, advanced. Now patterns do show tell you. I have learning disabilities. I was told per LD beginner. I don't know what LD is, but that's okay. And actually that order has changed now. Sorry about that. So if you go to any magazine, see, I'm going to show you, okay? Say hello to my chair. My chair missed you guys. She said it's been way too long. Okay. There. Now chair is covered up. Okay. Most crochet magazines, some crochet books, but I know for a fact crochet magazines, if you go to the very, very back, like literally, here's like the back cover. Go to the very back. They have skill level. Skill level right there. And then it has examples of what each skill level is and a little paragraph explaining what that person is, what we're assuming that person is capable of doing. It starts with beginner. That's number one. Beginner is somebody that just started crocheting. When it comes to patterns, it gets even more tricky because a lot of people, they start crocheting like literally, oh, I've never crocheted before a day in my life. I've never held a crochet hook. I know what yarn is, but I've never been down a yarn aisle. Oh, somebody's having a baby. I want to make a blanket. Or, oh, I just got a wild hair. I want to make a stuffed animal. Or, oh, I think I would love to try making a beanie. So I'm going to go and I'm going to buy yarn. I'm going to ask what crochet hook to use, and I'm going to do it. And unfortunately, there's probably like 10% of people that have this, they pick it up naturally, very quickly. They're like, they do it. And it's like, that's really cool. I'm glad that you picked it up so quickly. That's awesome. But then the majority of people fail and they get so frustrated. They either think it's too hard or they think there's something wrong with them, which is the worst because there's absolutely nothing wrong with anybody who can't pick it up immediately. Or they think people are moving too fast. Well, a pattern that's listed as beginner is not for somebody who is just picking up yarn for the first time, picking a crochet up for the first time. A beginner level pattern is for somebody who projects for first-time crocheters using basic stitches with little to no shaping. It's somebody that knows basic stitches. It's somebody that knows what a single crochet stitch is, what a chain is. They know how to make a chain. They know how to do a single crochet stitch. It's not a beginner pattern is not for somebody who just picked up a crochet hook for the first time and is saying, teach me. But that's what a lot of people think it is. A lot of people think that's what beginner means. No, if you're somebody that's picking up a crochet hook for the very first time, walking down the yarn aisle for the very first time, then you need to focus on learning the basics, building a foundation, learning how to hold a crochet hook in one hand and controlling yarn tension in the other. You need to play, or you need to memorize, play, practice chaining, making those single crochet stitches, knowing where to place your hook, under one loop, under two loops, all of these things. Once you have established your foundation, then you begin with beginner patterns. Okay. And that's where a lot of people get frustrated, confused, give up, or think it's too hard, or that people move too fast. No, it's not that. It's that you jumped in too early. By building up a foundation, you're going to help yourself to have the best time, the least frustration. You're going to have the most fun by doing that. Then after beginner, which basically only knows the basic stitches, which are a chain, slip stitch, single crochet, half double crochet, double crochet, even treble crochet. I wouldn't say double treble yet. Double treble takes a little more control. We got a lot of things going on that hook, right? But treble does fall into that beginner category. Okay. Next up would be confident beginner, or I call them advanced beginner. The advanced beginner is somebody, we have 11 minutes and I promise I'll do the giveaway. The advanced beginner is somebody that is new to crochet, comfortable with beginner basic stitches, and are ready to combine them together in a sequence. This person can also do increasing and decreasing and minimal color changes. Okay. After advanced beginner, then it's easy. So easy is actually after beginner. Easy happens when you're, okay, person is past the beginner stage. They're now into easy, intermediate, hard. Easy level is somebody that is able to do repetitive patterns, simple color changes, easy shaping and finishing. They can work in rounds. They can create motifs, flowers, hats, and they can read super, super simple patterns. Okay. Intermediate is somebody that, okay, projects that incorporate a wide variety of stitch techniques. They can do the fans, shells, clusters, popcorns, post stitches, cables, lace, simple intarsia, which means changing the color of the yarn in the middle of a row. Shaping, finishing, and they have the ability to read patterns, and such as charts and diagrams, patterns, charts, diagrams. Then there's hard or challenging. Challenging is somebody, a project that utilizes a wide variety of stitches, techniques, such as those noted above. So they know how to do all the stuff that an intermediate person can do, as well as detailed color work, detailed shaping, and detailed construction. So they're someone that can really manipulate the pattern. All right. And then the hardest level, like super advanced person, is projects that require a more intuitive understanding of a project or what the chart is telling them to do. They can do all the advanced stitches and techniques. They can do complicated, intricate intarsia, cables, lace, color work, working numerous things together, advanced shaping. So this person is somebody that they can look at a concept and they don't even need a pattern. They know how to do it. Or if the pattern is wrong or is missing a detail that's super important, they have the understanding of knowing, okay, they missed telling me what to do, but I get what they're trying to tell me to do. I can do that. So they have, like they mentioned here in the paragraph, they have the intuition. They just know that a lot of that comes with experience, playing, and being used to it. So that's technically the range. And again, you can find this in any like crochet magazine at the very back, and some books, not all books. I have a lot of books, and it's not in all the books. Okay, so 8 minutes left. Let's do the giveaway. So before I show this, I want to let you know, when it comes to giveaways, don't put anything in the chat. Don't, like, I'm going to tell you what to do, but then don't put anything here in the chat, because when I use the random comment picker next week to select the winner, I'm going to need to pull from the chat or the comment section. I'm not the chat, the comment section below the video. So after this live finishes, come back to the live, leave a comment, so that way I can use the random comment picker to select the winner. Okay. Those of you on TikTok, if you want to enter in this giveaway, you'll need to come over to my YouTube channel, find the live. I title it with today's date. So today is April 2nd. So go to my YouTube channel, Crochet with Tiffany Hansen, and then go to my lives, find April 2nd, click in there and leave a comment. Then you're entered. Okay, cool. And what I'm giving away is 4 skeins. I thought this was very spring-ish, and it's a yarn that I think many of you may have never played with before. I kind of want to challenge you, excite you. This yarn right here is Bernat Color Whirl. It is a fabric yarn. So it's not like, it's material. I don't know if you can see that. It's not like twists. It's actually like fabric. Okay, there's 4 of it. I feel that this right here is enough to make a pillow or an ottoman. Would be so fun. I thought this would make a fantastic ottoman. The colors are very spring. As a home decor item, even if it were to get dirty, I think that it would be, the colors it would hide it. This right here, again, Bernat Color Whirl, size 6, super bulky. That is 100% acrylic. There is 77 yards. 70 meters, 8.8 ounces, or 250 grams. Color is pebble. That's cute. Color is pebble. But I do feel like this is enough yarn to actually make something, you know? Okay, how to win this or how to enter in the giveaway. After the live is over, come back and put in the comment section the word color. The word color. So even, it doesn't have to just be obnoxious and just like color. That's it. Like, you can have the word color integrated anywhere within the comment, and it will count. Because when I use the random comment picker, I'm just going to have it sift out for the word color. So it can be anywhere located in the comment. But that is it. And then next week, when I see you next Wednesday for our next Wednesday Whip Knockout, during session 3, I will announce the winner. And then after I announce the winner, I will respond to their comments. So if you leave a comment, please be subscribed to my channel and have all notifications turned on so that when I respond to your comment, you get notified. Okay. That's the only way I can reach you. It's the only way I can tell you, hey, you won, you know, so that way you can then go through the steps so I can get this to you, the winner. Right? Very cool. I hope that you're excited about it. I hope you're excited to try something that maybe, I'm all tongue-tied right now. I hope you're excited to try something new if you have never played with this type of yarn fiber material before. And I hope it inspires you to get crafty. Cool. So I'm going to put this right over here. And because we are still a fairly new concept, I know I've been doing these Whip Wednesday knockouts for probably 6-7 months now, but I only get maybe 30-40 people entering these giveaways. So your odds of winning increase exponentially, substantially. So if you want to enter, please do. And then please come back and check, because again, your odds of winning are high. Not a lot of people join in, watch these, or even watch it to the end to know what's going on for a giveaway. That's why I hide it at the end. Okay, guys. Again, tonight with my Crafters Gathering membership over on my website, crochetwithtiffany.com, we are going live at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time tonight. And the theme for tonight's meeting, we're going to talk about zippers, different types of zippers, and how to add them to a crochet project. You guys asked, and I'm excited to answer. Cool. We got 2 minutes and 30 seconds left of session number 3. Hyper focus, guys. Put your heads down. See how far you can get on this project that you're working. You got this. La, la, la. Looking in the comment section for question marks for any questions that someone might have that is crochet, yarn, or YouTube related. I am all ears, willing to help. Is the Google Doc? Yes, Brittany Amelia. It is the Google Doc that says getting to know you. What's the best way to encourage those who have tried? Oh, Linda, I love this question. What is the best way to encourage those who have tried on their own to crochet and say it's stressful? I would encourage them to take a class with a friend, with a buddy. The reason why crochet is stressful, figuring it out on their own, is because they're skipping steps. That's why it's stressful, because they are trying to jump into a step they're not prepared for, they're not ready for, and they're not getting it right away. And it's discouraging. It's frustrating. They feel like it's a them problem, that they just can't get it, when in reality, it's just that they need to back it up a little bit and start with a foundation step that they missed. So by taking a class, hopefully that class will get them to start where they need to start. 2, give them an actual person that they can ask questions with. So that way, you know, that person can show them specifically, especially if the person that's trying to learn, that's getting frustrated, is a visual learner. And then having a friend buddy will help it to be a little more fun and not so serious. So that way you guys can like fail, have fun, like laugh it off, and just have a good time. 20 seconds left, guys. But that would be a recommendation. Anything else before I say goodbye? My stitch for March. Okay, it's 5, 4, 3. I'll get to this one. 2, 1. All right, that's it, guys. Wednesday Whip Knockout has completely concluded. Please come back next Wednesday at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time for another Whip Wednesday Knockout. After this live completes, please go in and comment in the comment section below if you would like to enter into the giveaway. Make sure you include the word color somewhere in there. Those of you on TikTok, if you'd like to enter, please come to my YouTube channel, Crochet with Tiffany Hansen. Go to my lives, look for April 2nd, that's today, and then enter in your comment in there so that way you can enter into this giveaway as well. Before I leave, I see a question here. And Terry, Brittany says, what's the giveaway? Hawk came for chickens. What's the giveaway? Okay, so I answered that one already. Okay, Terry says, my stitch for March Royale drew my blanket in a little bit, or really drew my blanket in. Should I be concerned about that? I have the exact number of stitches and I crochet as loosely as possible. All right, Terry, I totally understand. That was one of the things that I mentioned in the actual stitch, March's stitch release, was that the stitch would want to naturally suck in and to crochet as loose as possible for that reason. As long as if you pull the blanket, if you pull March's stitches and they can align with February, then you're fine. If you are not able to pull March's stitches and have them give you any give, then they're super tight. You can move forward. You're still on track with your stitch count. April, if your stitches are super tight in March, then you might have the effect in April with that bobble stitch, wanting more elbow room, that your April might bow outward a little bit because it needs that room. It needs that space. If this happens, again, you didn't do anything wrong count-wise. Your stitches were just too tight in March. If you tried to crochet as loosely as possible for March and it's still giving you trouble, then either one, you have a couple options. One, try to go back. I know it sucks, but do it now while it just sucks, and don't wait till the end of the blanket when it's detrimental or it's nothing you can fix. You're not fixing it, period. If you want to go back, undo March, go up 2 crochet hook sizes. So if you're using a G, go up to an I9 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. Use that hook. Hopefully it will help get those stitches loose. You just need March to be loose. So that way it has some kind of elasticity, some kind of stretch. So that way you can get the side straight. So when we do a border, it can all align. We can pull March to align. But if they're too tight and they're not even willing to do that, then your April's going to bow outward, and your border is going to, your border won't be straight. Your border will fall. Your border just follows. It doesn't fix. So that's kind of your option. Either undo or just keep moving on and just be good with it. So that's what I got. And then Andrea, hi. If you double 4 weight yarn, okay, double 4 weight yarn, does it equal a bulky 5 or 6 working with your boho basket pattern? Great question. The answer is going to lie with WIP, not WIP, WIP. No. Inches. I just totally mess with my brain. Not works in progress, but inches. What am I trying to say, guys? Per inch. WPI. They're so close. I just flipped the 2 letters. So there's WIP, WIP, or there's WPI, which is, my brain stopped working. Okay, so you need to find the WPI of working the 2 yarns together. So if, grab some kind of tape measure, okay? Whether it's the retractable tape measure or this tape measure or a ruler, okay? Grab your crochet hook. Grab the yarn that you're wanting to use. All of my scrap stuff is like out there. Okay, what you're going to want to do, Andrea, is you're going to want to take the 2 size 4 weight yarns together, okay? Don't have them stacked, have them side by side. And then you're going to want to wrap these 2 yarns together side by side on your crochet hook. Okay. And then kind of squeeze them together so there's no like gaps in between. Don't squeeze, but like have them lay right next to each other. So that way you have all of these yarn strands laying nicely next to each other with no gaps in between. Okay. Then you're going to take your ruler, measuring tape, find 1 inch. Okay. Line it up 1 inch, then find how many yarn strands were in that 1 inch measurement. Because you doubled up with 2, every 2 strands is going to count for 1. Okay. Because you're trying to pretend that doubling up is you're crocheting them together. So if you have, see, my thing is, check out my WPI short. Just keep it simple. Go check out my WPI short. It explains everything. You're going to want to do this with 2 strands together. Count how many times you were able to wrap the two strands together around and around within 1 inch, and that will tell you the matching equivalent to what size it would equal. Sometimes 2 size 4 weight yarns do not even equal a size 5, believe it or not. If it's a really thin 4 that could also be classified as a 3, it might not even get there, right? Because size 4 weight yarns come in all different thicknesses. Yeah. So you need to find the WPI of the 2 yarns together. That'll tell you the thickness. Check out the chart and it'll tell you what it matches up with. Okay? Because if you don't do that, then you might accidentally use the wrong thickness yarn and it affects the project, right? Okay. Thank you for asking. That's a great, great question. But yes, usually 2 strands of 4 equals a 5. Thank you, Nessa. You're usually on top of it. Awesome. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate the questions. You guys are so awesome. I love answering the questions. I love spending time with you. Please have a beautiful day. Check out my video that's going to release this weekend. I hope you enjoy it. Those of you in my crochet club, I'll see you tonight over on my website, crochetwithtiffany.com. And everybody else, I hope to see you next Wednesday for another Wednesday Whip Knockout. Bye, guys.